How's it going, YouTube? I got an update from Finland, the land of heavy metal. Now, they held a national election earlier this month. I made a full video about it. If you haven't seen it, I'll post a link in the description below. Bottom line is, the so-called girl power government that the media was so in love with, well, they lost 17 seats. They went from 117 to 100. They needed 101 to retain power. They lost power. The establishment center-right National Coalition Party did very well, and the Conservative Party did very well. They're called Perussuomalaiset, which basically means authentically Finnish. Their official English name is the Finns Party. Now, it was still a little bit of a long shot that the Finns Party would become part of the next government. And in fact, a lot of parties were virtue signaling about how they weren't going to work with the Finns Party. One of those was the Swedish People's Party, which is a Swedish minority interest party. Well, I guess they were very careful not to say they would never work with the Finns Party. They only said it was very unlikely that they would ever work with the Finns Party.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Well, they're in negotiations with the Finns Party right now to form a new government. So these four parties are negotiating a new government of Finland. You've got the establishment center-right National Coalition, the Conservative Finns Party, the Swedish People's Party, and the establishment center-right Christian Democrats. Now, the first obstacle to negotiations, and apparently this is going to be a very long process. The head of National Coalition says that he does not expect the new government to be announced until June. So this is going to drag on for a while. Well, the Cook Center right, they want to keep immigration open because they want cheap labor. And the Finns Party said unless there's major concessions on immigration, unless non-European immigration is substantially reduced, then they won't be part. That they'll just remain in opposition. And then they can't replace them with the Center Party because the Center Party did poorly. It was the Center Party's worst performance since 1916. They will have to go with the Social Democrats, which will then anger some of their own voters. So they have to do a tightrope act. And most likely, the Finns Party will get concessions. And of course, we saw this play out for a long time in Denmark with the Danish People's Party being a kingmaker and slowly getting more and more concessions. Of course, this is more than kingmaker. You've got 109 people and there are 46 of them, so they're pretty powerful. The latest news that came out today, so the Center Party is an agrarian-oriented party, much like the Center Party of Sweden and some of the center parties in the Baltics. And for the past 100 years, they've been part of most Finnish coalitions, and they always run the agriculture and forestry department. Well, that looks like it's going to be turned over to the Finns Party. Now, the Finns Party, you might remember, got their start as a rural party. And so this is something they wanted. This is within their core issues. Now, the so-called mainstream media is coming unhinged. The same media outlets that are falsely claiming Sweden has a far-right government are claiming Finland is going far-right and all of Scandinavia is about to be far-right. And of course, this is a completely false narrative, although this is definitely a step in the right direction for Finland, I would say. All right, thanks for watching this video. Click the like button, post a comment below, tell me what you think about this, and please subscribe to my backup channels on Rumble, Odyssey, and BitChute. And you can support me on Subscribestar and Patreon. And click the subscribe button. New video every few days.